Hi, welcome everyone to the final episode of the top 10 trials. Today, we are obviously going to be playing Tidal Wave. Yes, this is the final level I have not played for the video in the top 10. And at the very end of this video, I'm going to be doing a bit of a bonus, so you might wanna stay tuned. Before some Tidal Waving, I just wanted to say that we are less than 1,000 subscribers away from 10,000, which is just insane. So if you would like to see me do a face reveal this year, make sure to subscribe. Anyways, yeah, let's continue with the video. Alright, so let's jam. Today I will definitely be getting some runs. That's one, because we are ending a series, and two, this level is actually pretty fun, so it would be kinda a waste if I didn't attempt to do some runs. So Tidal Wave, it's one of these levels that I actually don't think there's anything like ultra spectacular about, but based on the average quality of top 10 levels currently, this level is very high up and it's way above average, especially for a top 10 level. Obviously the song is such a blast, so this definitely adds a lot of bonus points. I actually wanted to pass the pre-drop one time. Maybe I should actually try to do it one day. It's not that difficult compared to anything else in the level, but because of how long it is, I mean 23% in this level is the pre-drop. Considering this level is like 3.5 minutes long almost, yeah, this is a pretty long pre-drop. Definitely not my favorite type of balancing as well, because we are entering now the hardest part of the level. So I have to sit through a very easy part for a difficulty like this, and then you are thrown into the hardest wave ever made. So yeah, definitely not my style when it comes to balancing. Oh, that was solid. Individual inputs actually in the wave parts aren't like the tightest, it's just because the wave is so stretched out, let's say. It just makes it very, very difficult.
No shit.
And because it's a top 5 after all, yeah. I played some easier versions of Tidal Wave, aka shitty Tidal Wave, so I have some click pattern muscle memory, because it actually flowed very well from what I remembered. Yeah, I'm just going to be doing these tiny runs, like 3-4 clicks at one time. Oh, that was like 5 clicks. Also, yeah, playing this part right now, for some reason just reminded me of that one dude that is jumping to this from Theory of Everything 2. I just don't know why you would jump to something like Tidal Wave. I mean, I know why, it was a top 1 at the time. Even though, yeah, it's possible, just why would you do that? This song has just such a chill vibe overall, which is so anticlimactic for a top 10 level. It's so relaxing. Oh, that was actually 6 clicks? I can count, I passed maths, I promise.
Bullshit.
Even though barely, but I still passed maths.
Bullshit.
Okay, that was actually not that bad. Alright, we did it, yes! That only took like 2 hours of playtime. And now, probably my least favorite part. I don't like this part at all, actually. It's just, I am not that keen on parts being really dark, because what that does is you have to pretty much rely solely on muscle memory for that, and yeah, this is no exception. I kinda wanted to do that fully. Alright, and now this part is actually really nice. A bit of a chill part that slows down. Okay, past that. I remember when everyone was freaking out about the dash or timing, and in reality it's actually pretty easy. But it looks like the hardest thing of all time. Oh, I'm also actually connected to Spider. This part is a part that is fun because you can do it. It's not like top 1. And that's what I appreciate about this level. It's like not everything is like impossibly difficult. You can actually enjoy some of the gameplay. Okay, I'm just buffering and it kind of worked. So yeah, that's my pro tip for you if you want to beat this level. Just buffer the clicks. Totally how you do it. And this click pattern is like one of my favorite things about this level. I don't know why, just these 8 clicks. They just sync so well. Yeah, it's just, those 8 clicks are so fun. Or another freebie. There's some freebies in the level, and that's why it's not top 1 anymore. Yeah, the difficulty ramps up again. So I think it's time for me to trying the 4-click strat. Actually, this is harder because the spikes are kinda jutting out further than... I think so, at least. Maybe I'm tripping. I might be tripping, it's kinda late. There we go. I died only like 15 times with the last input, but we don't care about that. Oh, you have to let go of that. Yeah, I was like, how do you do that? And you have to let go of that.
Stupid.
And this carry wave is also a very interesting part. It's like not in particularly difficult, but didn't see that used in any of the top 50s. Maybe I'm misremembering something, but you just only click 3 times and that's it. That's stupid. How did I even die like that? Oh, and this wave part always looked very satisfying because we are getting close to the end of the level and yeah, your heart is pumping and this probably feels so intense from zero. Like every level has that one part where you get to that, your heart will start pumping and this is probably around the zone. Oh, and now the duel. So I have got no idea how to actually do it. Okay, I did the wave finally. And now the very last part. Yeah, the infamous last wave, which is, imagine playing this with like 180 BPM at the end. Nice, I just did it. 93 to 100 on Tidal Wave, no way. Alright, so Tidal Wave, yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite top 10s currently, even though you don't have to really try that hard to make a good top 10 these days. This level is very unique. It has totally different vibe. It is just very chill. I don't know how to explain, but you know what I mean. It's just so chill compared to everything that you see, these hell-themed, fire-themed, badass levels. And this level is just a beach-themed level that is really fun actually. Yeah, a lot of the parts are super satisfying. I actually really enjoy the gameplay because this is a level where you can actually do some of the timings. And yeah, then you have the wave parts, which I actually think they are pretty fun. If I was very stubborn, I could probably sit for like a week learning a wave in this and doing it in full, but that would come at the cost of actually playing it for a week. So I probably will pass on that because this level is a fucking top 4, so but anyways, now I will do a bit of a bonus. So now let's actually do a tier list of all the levels that we played in top 10 trials. Is going to be kinda a tribute to all the levels, and I can once again talk about them very briefly because we don't want to sit here for like 2 hours talking about each individual level here. Thinking Space 2 is obviously one of my least favorite, if not my least favorite top 10 level. It's just a worse sequel to Thinking Space, which I am not a big fan of in the first place, and this level just takes Thinking Space and makes it more edgy, which it just immediately sets the level to failure, and combining that with like the single most atrocious gameplay ever made, I don't think it's a surprise it's going to be an F tier level. Now Amethyst is actually pretty decent. I am a fan of the Golden. I actually think the Golden is a very sick level, and this level is that, but of course teeny tiny bit harder. The last part is very intense, which I really like that, and a lot of the gameplay is really cool. However, the very first input in Amethyst blows the biggest dick on the planet.
Sorry.
So that's why it goes into B tier. It would have been an A tier level, but the first input is just so ass, like you cannot ignore it. It's literally the first jump in Akron, but in a harder level. Now we have Flame Wall. God, this level is so good. It's just such a fresh level in the top 10, and even though, yeah, it's 7 minutes long, and I am not a fan of super long levels, and this level has a problem where I was actually correct. The very beginning is significantly more difficult than any other part. It was just buffed for no reason. I will still place it in S tier. You know me, I love intense levels. This is like the single most intense level you can have. Decoration, the song, the gameplay, the sync with the gameplay. Flame Wall is probably top 3 that we played in this series by far. The level that we played today, Tidal Wave. Tidal Wave is very solid. As I said before, it has a very chill vibe, a very cozy atmosphere. Downsides for this level, yeah, the very first part, the wave, is by far the hardest part of the level, which, as you might know, I do not like, where you have a very easy pre-drop and then you have a hardest part ever made. But everything else about this level is really nice. The song is fantastic, decoration is cool, and a lot of the gameplay is really fun as well. So Tidal Wave, actually goes above Amethyst. It's in the A tier. Now we have Nullscapes. This level sucks. I do not like single gameplay levels. As I said, I think they are super bland for me. There is just nothing going on. We'll get to every end later, but in Nullscapes, literally, it's the same gameplay structuring throughout the whole thing, and there is only one exception. Those are the orb switchery things, which is kinda cool, but at the same time, extremely obnoxious. I am actually considering putting it in the F tier, but I think I will actually leave it in the E tier for now. Now, Bubawamba, and again, a level that I despise a lot. Actually has a cool concept, but that's the problem. The concept itself is rubbish. Even though the concept by itself is cool, the execution is horrible. Bro, I played this level, you literally cannot see anything. This is just a level that is hard, invisible, and has some really weird gimmicks. I will be putting Bubawamba in the same tier as Nullscapes, but I will definitely not move down Bubawamba. Just because I can somehow see Bubawamba getting fun if you learn it. Nullscapes, you know what? No, I'm putting Nullscapes in F. Fuck it. Now we have Every End, and Every End is so much better than Nullscapes because what it actually does have, and Nullscapes just don't, is the variety in the cube parts. Some interesting cube gimmicks, which makes it so much better than Nullscapes. I really like the background shenanigans it does, and at the very end it rewinds the whole level. However, it is probably the single most boring level to ever play. The beginning is like so easy compared to everything else, and then in the very middle it just spikes so much in the difficulty. But this level is not that actually terrible, so I'll be placing Every End in the D tier. Now we have Andromeda, and actually a cool level. I first of all really like how it looks. The gameplay is actually super unique. I really enjoyed playing Andromeda. It actually doesn't feel to be that unbalanced. It probably is because you know you have the wave, and usually when there is a wave in top 10, you know it's the hardest part. And the ending is actually super cool. I really like the avoiding the black orbs with the UFO. So I will be placing Andromeda in A tier, but actually above Tidal Wave. And if we are going by that principle, Nullscapes will go above Thinking Space 2, because I actually think it's ever so slightly better. Next up we have Silent Clubstep, and Silent Clubstep is, oh boy, is it a level that exists in the game. It has by far the most charm, probably on the entire list. It doesn't mean it's good. It's horrendous, everyone knows that. 99% of gameplay is really ass. Even the easy parts, they are just not fun to play. And the balancing of this level, Silent Clubstep probably has the same balancing as Sakupen Circles. I will place it in E, but a very low E tier. Now we have Anathema. Bro, this level is so good. This is one of my favorite levels in the game. I have some stories with Renevent, as you might know. However, Anathema is such an upgrade from Renevent. It uses such a good song. It has such a good decoration. My problem with it is I know it's kinda unbalanced. Like, the ending is really hard. The very middle swing copter is impossible. Definitely not the most balanced level ever. I will definitely be placing this in S tier, and even above Flamel, yeah. If I had to do a top 10 level currently, that would be definitely Anathema. The two levels that are not even in the top 10 anymore because this game is too hard. First up is Avernus, and this level actually quite a surprise. It's not even that bad. I love the song. Decoration wise, I have some problems because you will have parts where this level is so clean, and then you have the parts like the very beginning. So it's just 60-40 I think in decoration. So like 60% of it looks really cool, and then the 40 looks like whatever to really ass. And gameplay wise, the most important point I actually think is pretty solid. While the fixed hitboxes are just so stupid, they just straight up shouldn't be in this level, even though the level would be probably like top 25. I will actually, you know, it's a perfect spot. Avernus in C tier, it's right on dot. And then lastly we have Akron, and oh my god, am I a hater of this level. Like, this level is the biggest 180 for me of all time, because when the Wolves was verifying the level, I would have placed it around here, but after Zoink verified it, it's going all the way here. And actually, when I think about it, yeah, Silent Clubstep will go into F tier, because I just cannot have Akron and Silent Clubstep in the same tier. I don't think I need to elaborate on some of the parts. It's just so fucking unbalanced. It's so inconsistent. So many of the parts are just not fun. The very first click is just immediately brings it down by like a tier, as I said, for Amethyst. And then the rest of the level is filled with so many choke points, and I will just show you 1 or 2 screenshots right now, and yeah, that's everything you need to see in Acheron. So yeah, this is actually what I think about the top 10, top 10, top 12, because there's going to be 12 videos in the playlist. This is where the series ends. I actually really enjoyed playing these levels for a video, not necessarily the levels. And anyways guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one. Have a great day everyone. Goodbye.